You're watching TSU TV 98.
Coming up next, find out what incident took place right here on TSU's campus at this dorm that caused students to be locked out.
The student chapter of the NAACP is now active. For more on that story, check out TSU TV 98.
Coming up next, I'm going to show you a new way to pay with your cell phone that will be replacing credit cards straight off of your iPhone.
Good evening and welcome to TSU TV News 98 Live at 5. I'm Carlos Mavins.
And I'm Shannon Stokes. Tonight, a string of crimes on campus has students concerned for their safety.
Early this month, after leaving an after party, 3 young men were approaching the driver of a gold Toyota Camry. The driver then pulled a gun and demanded they get on the ground and give up their valuables. A 4th victim then walked up on the scene, not knowing what was going on, and was shot in the leg. No other information is known at this time. On-campus crime is continuing to increase.
This time, a student fired gunshots inside the dormitory, which caused campus police and TSU administration to lock down Boyd Hall. News 98's Carlos Mavins has the latest.
With the temperature a little under 60 degrees, I'm standing here outside of Boyd Hall here on the northern side of Tennessee State University's campus. Now, just 2 days ago, there was a shooting that took place up there on the 7th floor of the building. Now, they're having a lockout, and Tennessee State University administration, along with the police department, aren't allowing students to enter the building. Now, this is midterms week, and some of the students are complaining, saying that they have to go inside to get their books.
I have to go to class and I can't even get in to get my stuff for class. It's kind of weird because I'm like, why I'm not allowed into the dormitory that I'm paying for. So this, like, I'm kind of frustrated right now.
TSU police are still investigating by checking each room and searching students as they enter and exit the building. So far, nothing has been found, but a statement was released by TSU President Dr. Glenda Glover regarding Boyd Hall that read, "We have met with Residence Life staff and the residents of Boyd Hall to emphasize the responsibilities of maintaining a safe, living and learning environment." Standing outside of Boyd Hall, this is Carlos Mavins, TSU News 98.
According to residents, TSU police and Residence Life acted abruptly to solve the case.
To address the safety and security issues on campus, President Glover is hosting the TSU Town Hall meeting for all students right now in the form of the Floyd Payne Campus Center. Come out to listen to the new measures being put in place.
With the recent incidents taking place in Boyd Hall, some students don't feel safe on campus.
In the wake of Ebola outbreak, Tennessee State University is putting a temporary suspension on all university-related international travel to the countries of Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Nigeria. The ban includes trips sponsored by outside organizations for faculty, staff, and students and the employees. The suspension is effective immediately until further notice.
Ebola is making national headlines, and college campuses, including Tennessee State University, are taking notice. TSU's Office of the President has sent out information to students and faculty regarding the deadly virus. They say the disease is spread through direct contact with an infected person. That contact can be through broken skin or mucous membranes like the eyes, nose, or mouth. The main way the virus can be contracted is through blood or bodily fluids of a person who is sick with Ebola. It can also be transmitted through objects like needles and syringes that are contaminated with the virus or infected animals. Information from the Centers for Disease Control warns that Ebola is not spread through air or by water or in general by food. This Halloween, TSU and the Red Cross are teaming up to get your blood. The campus is hosting a blood drive on Monday, November 3rd from 10:30 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. The Red Cross bus will be on campus getting donations of the gift of life. They ask you to schedule an appointment by logging on to the Red Cross website at redcrossblood.org. Enter code TSU19 For more information, you can call 1-800-RED Cross.
Tennessee State University is getting ready to roll out the blue carpet for civil rights activist Reverend Al Sharpton. The community leader, politician, and minister will speak in the forum about disparities in sports, business, and politics, as well as other social issues. Sharpton's presentation will start tomorrow at 6:30 in King Hall. The event is free and open to the public. Stay tuned to TSU News 98, for more on Sharpton's visit on our new newscast. TSU will be well represented at the Nashville Sounds new ballpark, currently under construction. That's because nearly a 7-foot tall statue of TSU icon Ed Temple will be built on the entire plaza and greenway as project of the statue. The statue of the legendary TSU women's track coach is scheduled to be completed before the parks open next April. Temple celebrated his 87th birthday, ooh, that's old, last Monday. He coached from TSU from 1953 until 1994 and led the U.S. Women's Olympic track team in 1960 and 1964. Coming up, see how one faculty member fought her life.
And find out what popular TSU hangout spot has to close its doors. Coming up next.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you've probably seen a lot of the pink promotions all throughout the campus. According to cancer.org, breast cancer is the most common cancer among American women.
About 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will develop invasive breast cancer during their lifetime. A TSU faculty member has become a part of this statistic. News 98's Miranda Brown has more on the story.
Robin Tanya Watson, the Assistant Vice President of Institutional Advancement, has always lived with a purpose, but that is heightened due to the fact she was diagnosed with breast cancer.
I have been a breast cancer survivor for 6 years. I was diagnosed with breast cancer and had a pretty aggressive form of it.
Watson, who was diagnosed at age 44, received the news at a difficult and painful time in her life.
I had just lost my very dear friend. She died after battling 5 years and had 5 children, and it was devastating to me to watch her go through the fight of cancer.
No matter how hard the fight, Watson stayed motivated and promised herself a long future.
I made a decision that I was going to be faithful and that I wanted to see my children complete their education and their weddings and all of those things.
Watson advises women to get their annual checkup.
Young women need to check their breast. I mean, today, breast cancer is rampant. It's not rampant in the African American community, but the African American community that gets it more virulent. And I think that we cannot be afraid.
The fight continues every day for women to beat breast cancer. For more tips, visit www.komen.org. For the TSU News 98, I'm Miranda Brown.
To lower your risk of being diagnosed with cancer, visit www.breastcancer.org/risk.
Amendment 1 has been quite a buzz around the Nashville area.
Many women are fighting for their rights to abort life. TSU's News 98, Courtney Mickens, has more on the story.
At this time, women have the right to do whatever they want with their bodies. But November 4th, that might change.
The state politicians, they don't care. They're against abortion in all forms, whether it's rape, incest, or if it's endangering your health.
Whitney Graham is an activist against this law. She has even created a poster against the amendment.
Abortion should be a woman's choice, because even if we outlaw abortion legally, there's still people who know how to do it illegally.
If Amendment 1 passes, women in the state of Tennessee will no longer have the choice to consume birth control or abort unwanted children. That includes pregnancies caused by rape and incest. Youth pastor of Friendship Baptist Church, Brian Cash, believes abortion is wrong, but doesn't agree with the amendment.
Whenever a government legislates individuals' choices on how they should live and how they should govern their own bodies, then I think that's a civil issue.
Even Dean Peggy Ernest, director of the Men's and Women's Center, believes this is a violation of a woman's natural-born rights.
Women have a right of choice. It's their bodies and not government or anybody else. We need to take control of our own destiny and our own lives.
But what about the health of these women? Some mothers are forced to have the abortion in order to stay alive.
A lot more pregnancies are going to be popping up around here, and especially in the Black community.
Voting for this amendment will take place November 4th. For the TSU News Network, I'm Courtney Mickens.
Tennessee residents will cast their ballot for or against the amendment on November 4th. Students recently had the opportunity to practice their networking skills.
Hundreds of students took advantage of the networking opportunities at the Fall Career Fair. TSU's News 98, Carlos Mavins has the story.
Dressed to impress, students packed out King Hall here at the TSU 2014 Fall Career Fair.
It has been a good turnout, so it's always a pleasure to come back here to TSU.
Michael Linehan, who works for AIG Financial Network, gives advice on what students could do to stand out.
Eye contact, firm handshake. First thing, the way you approach, be direct. When you're walking through, come straight over to the table and don't be afraid. We're here to talk to you.
Major companies like Verizon, Rolls-Royce, and graduate schools from New England to Atlanta came out to recruit students.
Great group of candidates. Looking forward to talking to these students, and hopefully, some of them will come to work with AIG Financial Network in the future.
Career Fair offers a wide variety of networking opportunities from various fields of study, from engineering to the military. After this career fair, senior Brett Jackson already has interviews planned before heading to graduation.
I have interviews with Honda, TRW, Chick-fil-A. I have an interview with Volkswagen, just to name a few, so it's working out pretty well.
According to administration, the Fall Career Fair was an absolute success, and they're already planning for next semester. So many different career opportunities, internships, and graduate schools right here at the Tennessee State University Fall Career Fair. This is Carlos Mavins reporting TSU News 98.
This year's career fair also included companies who were new participants in the fair. Over 100 tables were set up in Keene Hall to represent businesses from all over the country. The NAACP has returned back to campus officially. After a few years of being inactive, the NAACP is ready to get on campus and interest students to join the organization, as well as educate them about injustice situations.
After 5 years, the student chapter of the NAACP is now active. The chapter officially became active at the beginning of October. Since the chapter has been non-active for a few years, they are ready to revamp the organization and build it back up.
The plan to make the NAACP a growing organization is to get out here and actually do work. What we want to do is increase our members, and by that we hold courtyard every Wednesday, and we have applications there every Wednesday.
If you're interested in joining the student chapter of the NAACP, make sure you stop by their tables on Wednesday, where they'll provide you with more information and upcoming events. I'm Antonella Levette reporting from TSU-TV 98.
If you are interested in joining the student chapter of the NAACP, make sure you stop by their table on Wednesdays, where they will provide you with information on the organization and details for upcoming events.
TSU students are seeing some savings at the gas pump. Gas prices continue to drop, which means more pumping throughout the day. At the beginning of the school year, regular gas cost $3.32 per gallon. Now gas is currently $2.79 at the BP near TSU. Not only does this give the working class a break, but to college students as well. With gas being more affordable, students will be able to travel off campus more to their favorite hangout spots. According to Jeffrey Spring of the Automobile Club of Southern California, the falling pump prices are the result of plummeting prices for oil and wholesale gasoline. He also stated because there are no supply issues locally, we can expect prices to continue dropping at least in the near future.
TSU may need to find a new hangout spot as their regular place has closed its doors.
Strike and Spare, that has been operating in the Hillwood location for 12 years, closed its doors Sunday.
Strike and Spare was notified August 20th it would have to shut its doors. We spoke with General Manager Philip Cox about why the Thursday night college hangout spot will be closing soon.
We've been in negotiations actually since November of 2012 on our monthly rent, and they wanted to go up on us. We couldn't afford to do so. They found a new tenant and told us we needed to get out.
Since the closing of Strike and Spare, students have yet to find another place to gather and socialize.
It's a bummer, but I mean, hard times. So I guess we're gonna have to find another place to hang out.
Shutdown is obviously it's disturbing. I mean, it's upsetting. We're a part of West Nashville.
For TSU-TV News 98, I'm Karen Johnson.
Strike and Spare has over 15 locations in 4 states and 5 in the Nashville area. The Hillwood location may move to West Nashville. However, no further details has been stated.
The Zeta Alpha chapter of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity is going to be out in the cold this weekend. They will host their annual Sleep Out for Homeless. This event is Friday at 8 o'clock. This community service event is also held to raise awareness for the less fortunate. The organization will collect non-perishable items such as pillows, blankets, canned goods, and toiletries. Student faculty and staff are invited to camp out with the organization the entire evening in the new courtyard in front of the Auger V. Boswell Science Building.
The National Award-winning forensics team is back in action. The forensics team traveled to Alabama, where 3 new members placed first and novice. The award-winning team also held an IE and debate music city swing tournament at TSU, where schools from different states, such as Alabama, came down to compete. TSU placed in 5 categories.
October is National Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Month. To celebrate the month, TSU holds their first LGBTQ Pride Week. To coincide with this week, TSU, in conjunction with the Nashville Black Pride and the Gay Straight Alliance organization, premiered the screening of a documentary discussing the issue of same-sex marriage, the gay rights movement, and the role of Black church in the community of Maryland during election time. The documentary, entitled The New Black, was brought to TSU as part of a $4,000 grant from the Human Rights Campaign. Assistant Director of the Office of Equal Employment Opportunity and Affirmative Action believes the documentary will help students deal with the issue that is presented in this world.
Primarily, we want to start a conversation. LGBT civil rights in the African American community, it's something that, it's a conversation that we need to have. This is something that's going on in our nation, and bringing it here on our campus, giving our students a safe space to learn more about what's going on in the movement.
The film, students participated in a panel discussion. The panel included members of the student body who hold such titles as the president of the Gay Straight Alliance, a student from Queer Studies, president of a religious organization, and a student ally. The week ended with the TSU Safe Zone workshop.
Apple recently introduced the latest iPhones and iPads.
Today, you can download a new app called Apple Pay that will soon replace credit cards. TSU Robert Ewing has the story.
Apple Pay is the next big thing. Starting this week, you can use your new iPhone 6 or iPhone 6 Plus to go shopping in over 200,000 stores, including McDonald's and Whole Foods. To use Apple Pay, hold the device up to the register and use the iPhone's fingerprint scanner. So far, Apple is working along with most major banks and major credit card networks that will link your personal bank account to the Apple app. Although only new iPhones can use this method to pay at stores, people with the older versions of iPhones, Macs, iPads, or PCs can still download the Apple Pay app, but can only make purchases online. So instead of using credit cards, just pull out your phone and use Apple Pay.
And now, with just a touch, you've paid. It's that fast, it's that easy.
For TSU News 98, this is Robert Ewing.
According to Apple, this new app is free and your bank information is secure. Coming up, News 98 sat down with TSU's head football coach and hear what he has to say about the season's injuries.
And find out how one students plan to empower women. Next in Tiger Talk.
Welcome back, TSU. Today in Tiger Talk, she's looking to empower women here at TSU and everywhere. Welcome, Pamela Taylor.
Yes, thanks for having me, Kayla.
Thank you for being here. Now, what is the program that you're starting on campus and how are you able to join?
Well, yes, it's basically a program that me and my sister wanted to start. It's called She Is, and our motto is enriching women through the life of Jesus. And you're just able to join. Anybody can come. It's Wednesday at Wilson Hall, 7 p.m.
Okay, and it's great that you're looking to empower women spiritually, but I would like to know, how does this program differ from other organizations, for example, First Ladies Club?
Well, I'm really not sure what First Lady Club does or what they stand for, but I know my program focusing more on growing professionally, spiritually, and emotionally, and just uplifting your sister or, other women in the program.
Okay, and what can you say about yourself in the program? She is what?
She is progressing, she is powerful, she is destined to make a difference. She is Pamela Taylor.
Thank you so much, Pamela. Coming up in sports, see how Big Blue Madness got students in the spirit for some hoops. Jericka has that and more in sports next.
It's an annual tradition here at TSU. Big Blue Madness kicked off the 2014-2015 basketball season this year. The event hyped up basketball fans for the upcoming season with performances from the band, cheerleaders, and Tiger Gems. The event also featured contests and blue and white games between the teams. The crowd cheered for everyone and chanted non-stop during both games. Even the mascot managed to come out and celebrate the beginning of the basketball season. The first game for the women's basketball team will be on November the 10th at 6 o'clock p.m. and the men's game will be on November the 14th at 7. In volleyball, the Tigers 8-14 and 2-5 in the OVC dropped 3 straight sets to the Austin P Governors, 11-12, 5-2 in the OVC on Big Pink Night. Wearing all pink jerseys to support Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Lady Tigers volleyball team was not alone. Keene Hall, also decorated with pink shirts worn by supporting Tigers all over the gymnasium, hyped up the night. Known for playing with lots of energy, many look forward to the Lady Tigers' next home game, Friday, November the 7th against Tennessee Tech at 7 o'clock p.m. Football lives up to the name aggressive. Every year, players get hurt in some aspect of the sport. It may be at practice or at the game. TSU head coach Rod Reed talked to News 98 about injuries and the way it affects the team.
I mean, that's just a part of the business. When you play football, guys are going to get injured. We just hadn't been hit with the injury bug like we have this year. Last year, we were really fortunate playing 12 games straight and not having any significant injuries. But this year we have been bitten by the injury bug. But, we got to play through that. We have a next man up philosophy. So when one man goes down, next man up. They're not going to stop the game because of injury. So we got to play the hand that's dealt us. Well, I mean, that's just a part of the process. Guys, you have 1, 2 deep, you give those guys reps. When the guy goes down, now the next guy starts to get those reps. So they just got to see it, and the only way that you can get prepared is you see a lot of reps, watch a lot of film. And I think the coaches have done a great job of getting our other guys prepared to step in for those guys that are injured. But when we are in the film room or out on the practice fields, especially a player like Fitzpatrick who's been back there for so long, even on the sidelines, he hadn't played in a couple of games, but he's out there yelling at the young guys that are out there trying to help him get lined up, and they're actually listening to him over there. So he stands back to where he can help coach them on the sidelines, and he's done an excellent job of that for us. Oh, without question, it's going to affect what we do, but again, we got to keep moving. I mean, they're not going to stop the game because Fitz is hurt. But, obviously you'd love to have an All-American type kid back there at your free safety. But unfortunately right now, we've got 2 freshmen back there playing in the secondary. And to their credit, they've actually played pretty decent. But nothing's like having a guy that's been back there for 4 years and have seen a lot of action and you know, kind of know things is going to happen before they happen. And, you know, that's what you get out of Fitz. But hopefully he'll be back pretty soon, and we'll be back on our way.
I'm looking forward to the football season, you know.
I am too. Let's just hope our guys stay healthy for the rest of the season.
Yes.
And I'm ready to see Fitz.
Pretty good season this season, actually.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You know, Fitzpatrick, I know he came back and he actually had 10 tackles, so I'm proud.
Right.
So, Dominique, what's going on, man?
With Halloween right around the corner, get ready to be scared by talent. WTST The Blaze is having a Scary Case talent showcase Thursday, October 30th at 8 p.m. in Keene Hall. There will also be a costume contest with free giveaways. Admission is free. Admission is $3 to enter or $1 with any canned good item. Want to hear about some of the famous African-American musicians and see their final resting places? The Stars and Rest Tour is designed just for you. Tours will stop at Greenwood and Woodlawn Cemeteries on October 31st, starting at 1 p.m. and November 1st, starting at 10 in the morning. The 2.5-hour tour will visit musicians such as 3 Fifth Jubilee singers, the Muse of Rock and Roll, and the first African-American star of the Grand Ole Opry. The tour is free, but spaces are limited. Only 12 people will be able to go per tour, and reservations are required. For more information, contact Dr. Mark Crawford at macrawford@tnstate.edu. Another production is also about to hit campus. The play A House Divided comes to TSU. The production will premiere this Saturday in the Polk Auditorium. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. and the show starts at 6:30. Tickets are on sale for $15 in advance and $20 at the door. To purchase tickets, go to eventbrite.com and search A House Divided. For more information, call 440-9584. If you missed the Jazz Combo concert, the Department of Music has more for you to see. The Department of Music presents the U.S. Army Cantar on Wednesday, October 29th at 11:30 a.m. in the Goins Recital Hall of the Performing Arts Center. The next day, October 30th, the United States Army Field Band, the Soldiers Chorus, will be in concert at 3 p.m. in the Goins Recital Hall as well. That night, join the Bolivar State Government and Bolivar Fine Arts and Science University of Columbia as they present the Caribbean Autumn Tour. The concert will be in the Polk Auditorium at 7 p.m. All of these events are free and open to the public. That's going to be a great event, y'all. It really
Definitely.
is. I'm looking forward to it, definitely.
I'll be there, yeah.
That's all we have for this edition of TSU TV News.
Join us next time on November 5th for more news. Good night.